In this video, we will learn about how to do on-page optimization. So what do we mean by optimizing site or page for SEO? It means optimizing the non-content elements and optimizing content for keywords. Any page on a website has two kind of things. One is the content itself, the text, images, videos, etc. that are there on the page, and the HTML code that renders that page and makes the content on the page understandable to search engines. So we need to optimize both the non-content elements as well as the content itself. And we optimize it for the keyword that we are targeting on the page. How do we optimize non-content elements on the page? The non-content elements include the URL of the page. We need to create a URL that is optimized for the keyword. Google looks at the URL, and if keywords are there in the URL, it is a signal to Google about the content on the page. Optimizing page for speed is very important. Everybody likes fast loading, high responsive pages. Google also likes pages which load fast. If your page does not load fast, then it will likely rank lower in search results. Each page has a title and description. Both title and description need to include the keyword because they are a relevancy signal to Google. Google looks at the title and description to try and understand what the page is about. Google no longer uses the description tag itself for ranking a page. But the description tag plays an important role, as we will see later. Using the appropriate HTML tags on the page is important. How frequently and how much a page changes is also important for Google, because Google wants to serve fresh content. If a page was published 5 years ago on a topic, how relevant is that page going to be today? Many things might have changed since then. So it is important to keep the page updated, and Google looks at the updation date to figure out if the content is fresh or not. We also need to validate HTML code on the page. A page with bad code is likely to rank lower. Some publishing platforms like WordPress allow users to add tags and category for pages, and those also act as relevancy signals. The page layout itself needs to be user friendly, so a user can read or follow the content on the page easily. If the page has too many ads or the structure is too haphazard, then user will not be able to follow the content and will likely go away from the page very quickly. Google looks at user engagement with the page to understand how user friendly the page is, how useful the page is to readers, and accordingly it ranks the pages. Let us see how we can optimize the page URL. An optimized page URL includes the keyword you are targeting on the page. You can either create a subdomain which has the keyword and then add pages to that subdomain. Google looks at the subdomain as a relevancy signal So if your subdomain has the keyword, your subdomain and all the pages on that subdomain are likely to rank higher for that keyword. Google does not like long URLs, so try to keep it short, but it should include the keyword. A page that is closer to the home page is likely to rank higher. What it means is, from the home page, how many folders away the page is. If the page is in the same folder as the home page, then the URL of the page will only include your domain name and the page URL. If the page happens to be inside another directory, then the path is going to include homepage or the domain slash directory followed by the page URL. So the closer the page is to the home page, it is more likely to rank higher. If the URL includes the category of the page, like in an e-commerce site, there may be product categories, and if you go to a product category and then you look at the product page, the URL of the product page will include the category that the product is in. So those categories are also used by search engines as a relevancy signal to understand what might be the page. Everyone loves fast loading pages, and therefore fast loading pages also rank higher in search results. To increase the page speed, you should compress images so they become smaller and therefore will download faster. Remove any code that is not being used, especially scripts. We keep on adding code, tags, etc. to the pages, and over a period of time, a lot of that becomes irrelevant, that's not being used, but still sitting there. We should keep cleaning the unwanted code in order to reduce the page size and also to reduce the execution time needed to load the page. Wherever possible, scripts should be run in parallel so they finish faster. You should check page speed statistics in Google Analytics. Google Analytics will also provide suggestions to improve speed of the page. Ideally, the page should load in less than 3 seconds. If it takes longer, you need to optimize it. Keyword optimized title and description tags are important for ranking the page. Let us look at how we can optimize the title tag. Title tag is the second most important SEO signal on the page, other than the page content. The most important signal is the URL and then followed by the title tag. You should include the keyword in the title tag. Title tags that start with the keyword tend to perform better. So if your title starts with the keyword itself, Google is more likely to rank your page higher. Using latent semantic indexing keywords in the title tag might help Google understand difference between synonyms. Therefore, wherever possible, we should use LSI keywords. The ideal length of the title is 55 characters. That is roughly about 512 pixels. While your title character length could be longer, the Google search results page only displays titles up to 512 pixels. Beyond that, the title gets cut off. So if your title is longer, people looking at the search result will not see the full title of the page, and therefore the impact will be less and fewer people are going to click on your search result. The description tag itself does not directly help in search ranking. It is a relevancy signal, but Google says it does not use description tag in ranking the pages. Whenever your page is included in Google search result, the page description is displayed below the page title. That description helps users understand what the page is about. And a well written description tag can increase the number of people who click on your page in the search result. And if more people click on your page in the search result, it sends a signal to Google that your page is of high quality, your page is more relevant, and therefore Google might rank your pages higher in the search result. Let us see how meta description works. Meta description is an HTML tag and it is a property of the page itself. But it is not displayed on the page. It is not part of your content, it is part of the property of the page. And whenever you do a search and you see a bunch of search results on the search results page, you'll see the page title, link to the page, followed by the description. That description is the meta description. As you can see in this image, the big bold blue color is the headline, followed by green color link, and then that is followed by text in black, which is the meta description. Most people, when they look at the search results, read meta description to understand what the page is about. A well written meta description will get more people to click on the search result and thereby give a signal to Google that the page is more relevant, it is more important, and if more people click on a particular search result, that search result tends to move higher in search rankings. So this is how meta description can help you get more search traffic and improve your search rankings. Getting people to click on your search result, on your page in the search result, has become a huge factor in the past 8 to 10 months. Google has data that correlates search ranking with the percent of people who should click on that search result, or the CTR, or the click through rate. So Google has a data that tells out of 100 people who search with a keyword, how many should click the first rank search result, how many should click the second rank search result, how many should click the third rank search result, and so on and so forth. If your page outperforms this average, then your page will move up in ranking. Suppose your page is ranking number 7, and Google thinks that about 3% of people should click on your page. So, out of every 100 people that search with the keyword, 3 should click on your page in the search result. As it turns out, because of the well written meta description, not 3 but 5% of people are clicking on your search result. Now, Google looks at that as a signal that your page is important, more relevant because it's getting more clicks. And then your page might move up from 7 to 6. If it continues to outperform at 6, it might move to 5 and 4 and so on and so forth. Page title and page meta description are the two things that have the biggest impact on the click-through rate. So a well-written page title and well-written meta description can improve your search rankings. Using appropriate HTML tags on the page is essential. The HTML tags are not visible to users, but they are visible to search engine bots because search engine bots are crawling the HTML code of the page. So well-written HTML tag can help the page improve in search rankings or avoid penalty for badly used HTML tag. For example, if a page uses duplicate content and you use the rel equal to canonical tag, basically you tell Google which one is the original page for this content, then it will prevent Google from imposing a duplicate content penalty on your page. Similarly, if you use redirects, then you can pass on the SEO benefit to the appropriate page. So if you have a page at old URL and then you change the URL for whatever reason, then you should use the 301 redirect from the old URL to the new URL that tells Google, look, the page has moved permanently to the new URL. Please pass on all the SEO benefits to the new URL. Similarly, if you use social graph tags on the page, it will help you control how the page displayed on social media sites when somebody shares your page. So when someone posts your URL on social media, the title that shows up, the image that shows up, and the description that goes along with it can be controlled using social graph tags. Again, the title, the image, and the description that get displayed have huge impact on whether people click on it and how many people end up sharing it. So a well-written social graphs tag can actually increase social sharing, increase discovery of your content, can help drive more people to your website, and can help attract more backlinks because more people will be able to discover your content. How frequently and how much a page changes can also have an impact on SEO because Google likes to rank fresh content. So if you make frequent changes to high ranking pages, you can tell Google that the content is fresh and that prevents Google from down ranking the pages. Google looks at both the frequency and the amount of change. So, for example, if you add or remove entire section, it is considered a significant change. If you just change one or two sentences or drop a few words in there, add an image, it's considered a minor change. You cannot be making major changes all the time. So if you make major changes once in a while, but you keep adjusting the page, keep making minor adjustments to the page to keep it fresh, it's a signal to Google that your content is fresh and will keep ranking higher. One thing that Google does not like is malformed HTML code on a page. If the HTML code on the page is bad, it will rank lower. Because search engines look at bad code or sloppy coding as a sign of poor quality. If the code is bad, content may also be bad. So one bad thing signals another bad thing, and that leads to lower ranking. If possible, use W3C validation to validate the code on the page to make sure the site HTML code is alright. Although there's no official confirmation from Google, many people think that Google uses W3C validation on the page to understand if the code is written proper and uses that as a SEO signal. Many content management systems like WordPress allow users to create tags and categories. Now, tags and categories are meta properties of the page. They are not displayed on the page, they are used as a way to tag the page inside the content management system. But when the page is displayed or page is crawled by Google, that tag or category information is also made available to the search bot. So Google or Bing use these tags or category information as a relevancy signal. to understand how one piece of content relates to another piece of content on the site. So if a particular post in a category is doing well and then there's another post which is tagged with the same category, Google will look at the second post and say, okay, this is related to the first post. And if the first post has high page authority, high topical authority, and is doing well for certain keywords, the second page may also do well for the keyword, because Google might think that the second page is also on the similar topic because they are categorized the same way. So this is how the category or the tags provide a relevancy signal. If you have two pages which are both related to the same topic, you should create a category and put both the pages in the same category. That will help both the pages rank higher. User friendliness is again something that Google is very particular about. Google quality guidelines state that page layout on highest quality pages make the main content immediately visible. So users should not have to scroll to find the main content or main thrust of the content. So make the most important information on the page available at the top of the page. Remove ads from the middle section as it makes reading the page difficult. You may have seen a lot of websites where pages are full of ads, not just on the sites but also in the middle of the content. Those ads are annoying. They make it difficult for people to read the content. And when Google crawls the pages, it will see the ad. It will see the ad code in the middle of the page and takes that as a bad quality signal. Pop-ups are considered unfriendly. On mobiles, pop-ups are especially bad because it's very difficult for people to close it on mobile. So if your page serves pop-ups on mobiles like sign-up forms, that can reduce page search ranking on mobile devices.